Hi, how are you all? I hope you're all really good. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. God, it's been ages since I've said that. If you have followed my booktube before, you might have seen that I just sort of disappeared. Haven't uploaded a video on here in months, and for that I apologise. Life got manic, as life tends to do. I started university, so I'd moved to a city that is a significant distance from where I'm from, like 5 to 6 hours in a car, but like 8 to 9 on public transport. But anyway, so I moved really far away, started uni. I'm living down there. I'm loving it, like genuinely absolutely loving it, but I got so busy trying to juggle everything, and unfortunately booktube was one of the things that was lower down on my list of priorities. I would have loved to have focused on my booktube, but just sort of got a little bit swept under the carpet. But one of my 2025 New Year's resolutions, even though I don't really make New Year's resolutions because I'm rubbish at sticking to them, is to come back to my booktube. I was really enjoying it, and so I'm delighted to be back. So yeah, my plan is that to try and stop that happening again, I'm going to go for a booktube video every other week. So I'm going to upload every second week, like twice a month, just to try and make it like, because I think I was doing once a week, and it was just getting a bit much. And also I'm going to, whilst I'm home for Christmas and I've got some time, I'm going to pre-film a few videos so that if for some reason I can't get a video out that week, I will try and upload one from the backlog. So yeah, that's where we're at. Now that update is done, we can get on with today's video, which is my top 10 favourite books of 2024. Okay, coming in at number 10, we have The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year by Ali Carter. This was a very recent read, believe it or not. This is the most perfect Christmas read you can think of. It's mystery, it's thriller, it's action, it's romance. It's funny, you will laugh, you will cry, you will be on the edge of your seat, you'll be trying to work out all the clues. Like, it's like murder mystery, but it's also actiony, but it's also romance. It basically ticks every single box. It's not cheesy, but it is enough. It's just perfect. It's everything you would want in like a Christmas book. It's everything you could want in any sort of book, actually. I'm delighted that this made the list because I absolutely loved it. Also, when I ranted about this and how much I loved it on my Bookstagram, Ali Carter did message me, and it was very much made my year. So it was amazing. So that just cements how incredible an author she is. But yes, absolutely love this book so much. The characters are amazing. I actually couldn't see this one coming. I had a few predictions. I was very much wrong. It was just like perfect. A lot of the time I find with Christmas rom-coms or Christmas books in general is they're really predictable and they are overly cheesy, or they're not Christmassy at all. I have read some wacky Christmas romances this year, especially, namely one between a woman and the Christmas spirit, which I was unaware was possible. I felt like I had gone down that rabbit hole. You know, you see these videos of people reading romances of like people with the most random things, and I felt like I'd stepped into one of those. Thought it was just gonna be a Christmas romance, but it was with her and the holiday spirit. It was a weird one. Believe it or not, that's not on my top 10 list. I might do maybe a list of like some of my least favourite books of the year, which might be fun. But anyway, I'm getting distracted. This book is amazing. Definitely go and read it. If you've not read an Ali Carter book, definitely go and read her books. They're amazing. So yeah, this one wins spot number 10. Okay, and then number 9 is The Queen of Nothing by Holly Black. On the opposite end of the scale, this I read at the very start of the year. You might have remembered at the end of last year, at the end of 2023, I read I started the Cruel Prince series and I absolutely loved it. I got this theory that every single year you read a book series that changes your life, and 2023 was the year of the Queen of Nothing. The year before that was the Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom duology, and this year it's the Natural series. Or last year it's the Natural series. Oh my god, this is so complicated. I'm getting distracted again. If you're new to my booktube, my booktube videos are carnage. I'm a yapper. I'm a yapper. Anyway, I love this book so much. I will be honest, I don't remember a lot of what happens in it, but I remember it's like, I think it's my favourite book of the actual trilogy. These characters, the romance, oh my god, it's just perfect. The world is amazing. It's one of those series that gets better and better with each book. A lot of series gets worse. This one gets better every single book. The characters are amazing, the plot's amazing. It's a really unpredictable one as well, and it's also like a huge suspense. Like, I actually have no idea what's going to happen and I am terrified. I think I sobbed through this as well. I think I very much bawled my eyes out. It's amazing. If you've not read Holly Black, she writes the perfect fantasy. They're amazing. Okay, and then number 8 was Check and Mate by Ali Hazelwood. I'm an Ali Hazelwood fan, always have been. I started Bookstagram at the time of books like The Love Hypothesis, and it was genuinely one of the books that got me properly into reading. This is her best one though, hands down. I did really love Love Hypothetically. Is it Love Hypothetically? I get it wrong every time. I don't have it because I'm sure I read a digital arc of it, so I don't have it here. I think I read that last year, and every single book of hers I read, it's better than the last one, though I will say I'm not a Bride fan. It's okay, but just okay. But Check and Mate, it's YA rivals to lovers. Now, I love a good friends to lovers, but I will say, if done well, the most supreme trope, rivals to lovers, this is done beautifully. I need some more rivals to lovers recs. This and Divine Rivals. I'm not sure what else. Someone needs to give me some recs because there's not that many good books that do rivals to lovers effectively. But this is 2 chess rivals and they fall in love. It's amazing. It is so much more than just a romance. And it is a lot less smutty than all of her other books because she's a very smutty writer, but obviously because it's YA, I don't think there's any. I hope there's not any, but I think it's very limited, that sort of content. But it's still amazing. I think this is the best one that she's done. It was one of those where I didn't want to stop reading. Like, it's not that thick a book, but it's also not that thin a book. It's one of those where I'm like, I could read about these characters forever. Like, you could give me an 800-page book of these characters and I would read every single page. I think, yeah, again, I read this really early on in the year, but I just remember it being like amazing, and I very much was motivated to start learning chess. I think I played about 2 games of chess on my phone and then gave up, but it gave me that inspiration. Like, this book consumed my life. I do remember that, and I could not stop thinking about them. I think I could do with a reread of this. I think I will be rereading this year. But yeah, this one's spot number 8. Okay, spot number 7 is The Butterfly Assassin by Finn Longman. This is a series that was a contender for the Life Changing series. I'm actually in the middle of rereading this one and annotating it because I got the 3rd one. The author sent me the 3rd one, which is still like the biggest pinch me moment. So the author sent me the 3rd one last year, and my parents bought me the 2nd one for Christmas, so I wanted to reread this one and annotate it before I started the 2nd and the 3rd, which I'm going to be reading very soon. But this, I have never seen this book before on the book community, and I don't understand why. It is impeccable. It is so underrated. I can't even tell you. It is dystopia. It's like Shatter Me sort of vibes. It's got a bit of a sort of Divergent type thing to it. It's actually amazing. I know what it is. It's like Shatter Me crossed with the Naturals series. This book, it's just amazing. It's just impeccable. Have your tissues at the ready, because one of the things that annoys me about authors is when they aren't willing to kill off characters. This author is possibly too willing to kill off characters. I don't even remember who's left for the second book, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But genuinely, it is amazing. It is so good. I could not recommend it to you enough. Actually, it's so underrated. I feel like it should be higher on this list, but it's at number 7. I suppose I read 100 books this year. To make it to spot number 7 is still very impressive. Please read this book. Okay, then book number 6 is The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I do have a physical copy of this, but it is down at uni, so obviously I didn't bring all my books back home because I'm just home for like a month. So I do have a physical copy, but it's in Glasgow, so we'll just go with the copy on the screen. You should know what I'm talking about. I actually think this is an underrated book as well. It's still well known. Like, Jennifer Lynn Barnes is not underrated. She gets all the hype she deserves, but this series doesn't. Now, I have read the Inheritance Games. I enjoyed them, but I didn't find them like groundbreaking. I remember I read them when they were popular on Bookstagram, and I was like, okay, kind of see where people are getting at, but I wasn't the biggest fan. I didn't really like the love triangle part of it. I was a bit like, oh, okay. I did enjoy it. It was so clever. Jennifer Lynn Barnes is a genius. This series cements that. But it just wasn't my favourite thing ever, the Inheritance Games. And I don't remember why I picked this up. I think it was one of those that, you know, when you see a video talking about this book and you're like, God, that sounds like everything I would love in a book, and ended up picking it up. I read the first book. I have read every single one of these in one sitting. The issue is they are all on this list of top 10, so I don't want to sort of cross over paths, but I have the same sort of compliments for them all. The Naturals, amazing. This sets the scene perfectly. Absolutely really good first book in the series, but just keeps getting better from that. Coincidentally, number 5 on this list is Killer Instinct by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, which is the second book in the Naturals series. It's also amazing. I will say, as much as I am very much not a fan of a love triangle, the love triangle in this book is sublime. I don't like a love triangle, but if you can do it well enough, there are a few exceptions, such as the love triangle from the Hunger Games. That is very much allowed. It's impeccable. So if you can do it well enough, I will be a huge fan. I just love the concept of this book and all of them, and they're so clever. They are so clever. The characters are amazing, and you get so much depth to every single one of the characters. They've all got this backstory, they've all got this like emotional complexity, they've all got their own storylines as well as the combined storyline. It's beautifully written, so ingeniously done. Okay, and now number 4 on this list is A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. I apologise, I have absolutely butchered the author's name there. I actually don't know what to say about this book. If you want to see my entire reactions to it, there is a video up on my booktube. I think it's just me crying for the entire half-hour video. This book is not to be taken lightly, and not just because it is an absolute brick of a novel, and like tiny writing. Like, this is an undertaking and a half. I will say, people do not overestimate how emotional this book is. This book is genuinely traumatizing. but in the best way possible. So I will absolutely recommend this book to you, but you have to know what you're getting into. You can't go into this thinking it's going to be a fun read, that people are just overreacting. This book is heavy, it's dark, but it's amazing. This broke my heart. I was a shattered soul of a human being, but it's also one that I'm not going to forget about for a really, really long time. This book has carved a little piece of my heart that it keeps. Think the devastation and how emotional this book is part of what makes it so incredible. A book that can make you cry to the extent that this one does is the sign of really, really good writing. And as much as this is emotionally devastating, this also does happen in real life. Like, it's, I know I've talked to people on Bookstagram about it, and it's about, you know, and everyone talks about, oh my god, you know, and I personally say this is traumatizing, but people go, yeah, but this is real life too, and unfortunately it is. So yeah, tread carefully with it, but it's exceptional. It is an absolute masterpiece. I think this is going to become a modern classic. It's quite something. Okay, now we're on to top 3. The podium of my 2024 reads. So, in bronze medal position, we have All In by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I told you they were all on here. I will say, the 4th one is not on this list because I've not read it yet. I just got it for Christmas from my sister. So, I'll be reading it very, very soon. So it's not on this list because I've not read it yet. Right. Oh, All In is just the best one. As I said, it keeps getting better and better. They're amazing. They're absolutely amazing. They make me cry. They make me laugh. They make me really, really think. They're actually my Roman Empire at this point. Genuinely, I become so obsessed with them. I've read every single one of them in one sitting each. I had to like, when I was buying them, I had to go to Waterstones and just buy one at a time because I couldn't have the series finished too quickly, because I don't know what I'm going to do. Once I've finished the series, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. It's my newest obsession. It needs to be more popular, and I don't know why it's not. I know it's still got a fan base, but I don't know why everyone's not raving about these books. They're just insanely good. I feel like I have said a lot about this series, and I will be saying more when I finish Bad Blood, but it deserves 3rd spot. It is, it's just genius. It's just genius. I don't know what else to say. It's actually made me lost for words. We're gonna end that there. Okay, and in the silver medal position, I've talked about this so many times on my Bookstagram. It is The Joy of Small Things by Hannah Jane Parkinson. Now, never ever did I think that a non-fiction book was going to be second on my list, ever. I don't read non-fiction. I really, really don't. This year I have read a few more. I've read a few memoirs and things like this. If you don't know what this book is, I had never seen it before. I bought it for 50p. Best 50 pence I've ever spent in my entire life. This book actually changed my life. It changed my view of things. Basically what it is, Hannah Jane Parkinson, I believe, is a journalist, I think, and she wrote columns talking about small things that bring her joy, and it has been compiled into this book. So you've got some really, really random things such as recovering from a cold, being wrong, overhearing, local graffiti, pharmacists, bonding with strangers, like, and they're all just really, really quick little there's little drawings. This book is just a piece of joy. I think so often life can really get you down, and a lot of things you overlook. You overlook things in your life that you take for granted, and you don't realise how special they actually are, and this book genuinely teaches you to notice that. Please read this. It's a little slice of joy. That sounds ironic. it's actually just gorgeous. It's so quick, and you can easily come back to it. Like, it's, I really want to sit and annotate this. It's so poetic. It's just something that just brings you so much warmth, and I was sobbing at finishing this book. It's not emotional. I was sobbing because I was like, oh my god, that's actually altered my perspective on life. This book, it's just amazing. It's just, for someone that talks so much, I am really struggling for words to describe these top books, but this one is very special. Oh, it's gonna make me emotional just talking about it. Now, the moment you have all been waiting for. Probably not, but you know. Is my favourite book of 2024, Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. Oh my god. Right. It is rare that a romance book makes it to the top of my list. This may be one of the most exceptional books I have ever read in my entire life. This broke me. Oh my word. I was sobbing so much. It is so much more than just a romance. It's not a rom-com. Don't go into this thinking it's a rom-com. It is so deep and so meaningful, and oh my god, I can't even put into words. It is just like greatly described. No, it's a special one. It's a really meaningful novel, and I love Abby Jimenez's writing. I really do. I read Part of Your World. I enjoyed it. I was like, this is really good. She knows how to write romance. But this novel, it's like no romance I've ever read before. It is so much more. It's just like perfectly done. I don't actually think I can properly convey to you how amazing this book is and how deep it is. This book is a masterpiece. It is genuinely incredible. So there we have it. That is my top 10. Well, not quite top 10. There's a few missing, but that's okay. Of my favourite books of 2024. I would love to know what your favourite books were. If you have... Oops. They're okay. I'm just gonna set them down and finish the outro. I can't believe that happened. I can't believe that happened on camera. I'm gonna have to keep that in. I feel so bad. That's really put me off, and I don't remember what I was saying. I would love to know what your favourite books of 2024 were, and if you've read those books, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. But yeah, those were my favourite books out of the 100 books I read last year. That was my top 10. But yeah, it's lovely to be back. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for sticking to the end. If you'd like to like or subscribe, that would honestly mean so much, but the fact that you're still here is crazy. So thank you very much, and I will hopefully see you all soon for another video.